What is up, y'all? Doing toolbox cleaning and restocking or adding these, which I did an unboxing video on, but I never uploaded it. So yeah, unboxing, hey, unboxing and not stocking. Just doorknobs and deadbolts, mostly in antique brass finish. I had a run of antique brass for the past couple of weeks. Everybody was needing antique brass all of a sudden. And so yes, I ran out of what I had, so I had to reorder stuff for the truck. And toolbox, throwing the scrap keys away, cleaning the tool bag out. And right now I'm just throwing out all these old scrap strike plates and old stripped out screws. I don't know why I kept this screw in my hand. The rest of this is debris. So we're gonna go to the garbage over here. I need to sweep this out. Stay right there. Stay right there. I'm gonna regret this later. Tool bag slash on-site garbage bag. Conveniently enough, I don't have the patience to carefully unwrap a perfect little plastic bag every time I'm on site working. I just dump it in my tool bag and deal with it later. Stay right here. Stay right here. Zoom that way. There we go. Okay. So that leads me to the topic as to how y'all carry your drill bits. When I see them on sale or whatever, I will get drill bit kits, because a lot of times during holidays you can get, I'm not gonna hold it up because it's open, but drill bit kits with multiple sizes in there. I think I paid $11 for this one, and I want to say this was $12 or $13, which isn't bad considering they had a half-inch pad. They're not in here now. Half-inch bits in them, so this one bit would cost you $8.99. So definitely worth it. However, out of that kit, you can see. Let me bring it right back because you can see the problem with the whole kit theory. I'm rarely going to use these really for fresh installs of through bolts on doors. However, split point bits are not good at all for that, especially on wood doors, because it's too short of a tip. You wouldn't know when it was about to come through unless you had a jig set on the door and were drilling from either side halfway down. But if you were doing it freehand, you need the spade tip bit to come out. So definitely have a 3/8 spade bit. You can always enlarge the holes with the 1/2 inch. So that leads me to say, a lot of the drill bits in the kits, and you can see this one, I've just kind of started carrying whatevs in there. I've got a screw extractor there. I'm glad I kept this out of that package that rusted. I showed y'all a rusted bin. I think I was on Twitter or something. That I still have not tended to. I've got a couple of screws in here, but you can see that what I'm getting at here is this is not really that great of a kit. Number one, some of these would just fall out on their own. These were great drill bits, I might add, with this little funny point on them. So this actually does not belong here. Well, yes it does. Never mind. But you can see what I'm getting at is all the ones that I need, that I use all the time back here on this back row, are not there because I have shuffled them for ease of use into kits that have both screws and the drill bits, because if you're drilling, you need bits, you need screws, and you need strike plates. So moral of the story is half of the kit ends up in another container wondering how you carry yours. And for ease of use, this is this Husky little container I got. It was another little cheap deal. Definitely cheap. It's gonna fall apart. This compared to this is like night and day. So this is not gonna hold up at all. So I'm just using this kind of temporarily to, you know, take the bits out of my bag. But also I've used these little Plano deals. They're great for holding some stuff. However, as you can see, it's a pretty big pain in the butt to sort and find the bit that you need when you need it. So that leads me to, how do y'all carry your drill bits? Like this? Do you try to keep them carefully set up? You can't even see me walk away. I'm over here. I'm over there. Do you keep them in the kit that it comes in perfectly? Do you keep them with a homemade kit with screws? Or do you just keep them loose in your tool bag? That's all the options. Let me know in the comments. The problem with this kit is some of these are dulled, and some aren't. I had a bigger container of these. We'll actually go show you. Drill bits are kind of a pet peeve, because like you always need these smaller ones, but when you throw them all together like this, the smaller ones are hard to find because they sink to the bottom. I don't think this kit has anything over 1/2 inch except for 1 or 2 random ones. The bad thing about this is you don't know the exact size. I mean, sure, some of them you can still read it, but for the most part, you can't tell the exact size after you use them twice. So you have to have a either guess or use a plate deal. A plate deal won't fit in this one. Well, the ones I have won't. I've never gotten one. Never found a small one that would fit in there. I'm sure they make a, you know, a screw checker deal. You poke your drill bits through to check the size. All mine are bigger, and actually I need to go find it as well. But yes, you could also use this to get an approximate size, of course, which is why I keep this in here, as well as to measure back set and stuff like that. You see, I rounded it off. This was actually from one of my kits. I took some length off of it, so this probably needs to go back in another kit. As soon as I do that, I'm gonna be like, oh my god, what did I do with so and so? Let me go clean this out real quick. Now let us shift to this kit that I carried for a while just because it was small, and actually probably want to put it back in use a little bit more in my bag. But I need to take out the bad and the good bits and screws. So let's just see how many drill bits we have here and tools. I consider bits. Wood dowels to fill holes. By the way, there's a drill bit. There's a drill bit. Bunch of screws that are kind of thrown in here. Is my heavy screw collection, but I need to add more strike plates back into this. Doesn't do me good to have all these screws without their corresponding strike plates, right? So I'm going to put all these over here. And separate the good and bad screws real quick. And the drill bits. So I'll be doing that for a little bit. Just the most common ones, like square, bigger square, smaller square. And I keep some of these in my pockets too, so that is a, which one is that? If it's a 15, it's for Schlage. Oh, I can't see it. I'd say 20, so this is for doors. And yeah, that's what I'll be doing for a minute. Because in the bottom, I've got all these little bitty screws that need to get tossed out.